Hi, Creative Spirits listeners. You're back for episode 2, season 4, with the amazing Sherrie from Creative Mermaids and me, Kate from Bombers with the Sea. And we are so happy together. We make the Creative Spirits podcast, a podcast that is nearly 12 months young and has just been reaching people in bathtubs, in cars,
That's
doing
right.
people's
Yes, it is.
treadmill workouts. Like, this podcast is finding ears far and wide, and we are so happy to have you all here, wherever you are, however you are, when you're listening to this. And I think this is really fitting for the card Sherrie and I just pulled before we hit record. The card I'm holding in my hand is from the Rebecca Campbell deck, and it is the Birthing a New Age card. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And that in itself is exactly what Sherrie and I have so much to say. I had to quickly say, stop, let's press record, because we were about to just let it all come pouring out. So I've pressed record. Sherrie, what do you have to say about birthing this new age? I say giddy up. Let's go. Let's do it. But what does new age and birthing new age mean to you?
Well, yes, I agree.
I think we already are, actually.
Well, I'm really hoping that this is the year that we finally cut the crap. You know, exactly. Well, we are. You know, it takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. Like everything we've been talking about in the podcast since the very beginning is all these things take time. And look, oh God, the turtle just popped up. Can you see him? See his head?
Oh, we're going to see a real life turtle.
No.
No, it doesn't want to be on
Yeah,
camera.
I gotta go snorkeling after this. No, they never do. You know, they put their heads up, they look straight at you, and by the time you get the camera out, they're like, sucker, and they go back down. But I think this is perfect because actually, after birthing a new world and cutting the crap of other people's and like dealing with your own, he's like, I'm so perfect. I don't need to be photographed and shown.
Oh, and I just put my hand up.
You know, he's like, I've got my own world. Yeah. I think this is also perfect. He's like, you know what? I've got my own world. This is what I want to be. And you know what? You witnessing it doesn't make it any different. My world is still my world. Yeah. And I think if we could live like that, if we could live like that turtle and be like, I don't need to be witnessed because I witnessed myself. Yeah. Oh, can you imagine how fantastic our world would be?
Oh, Sherrie, that's exactly what I wanted to say. That timing of that was perfect, because also turtles going, oh my God, look at these people seeking validation. Dare I say it, do we really have to see everything to believe it? Like, can't we just live to really feel these emotions, these feelings? And I know I drive my husband crazy. I love taking photographs. I love sharing
Me too.
Story my way. I am not criticizing anyone for doing that. I am selfie queen. I know the selfie freaks. I have the selfie filter favorites. That is fine. But I do feel that part of birthing the new age is, again, rooting, coming into body, grounding, and going, why am I doing this? Is this really lighting me up? Because this is what's going to change. And it's changing, you know, mainstream society as well. Like, you know, even though it's is it Marie Kondo? It's just that, like, physical decluttering. Energetically, everyone is talking about
tidying up.
This tidying up, this clearing away. And this is what we need to do to birth the new age. We energetically have to clear. No more toxicity.
Does this bring me joy?
Does this bring me joy? I don't need to engage in that. That's not serving me. That's not serving them. Disconnect. And, you know, like, the turtle's here to remind us, yeah, I'm here. You don't need to prove it. Like, just keep on keeping on. So much wisdom and so much abundance. I love turtles. Yes. And so much nurturing. And so much love.
Me too. And exactly. But you know what? I think this is what it is. I think we doubt our love. We doubt our self-love. We doubt our love of other people. We touched on this earlier, but, you know, how much of the world's problems could be solved if we just trusted in love. Not in declarations of love, not in what's shown, but in actual, this quiet, steady, down below, hello, baby, love. And what brings you joy in the selfie? I actually want to go back to that for 1 second. So yeah, my baby love. Exactly. She probably heard me screaming turtle.
I love that. for our YouTube viewers, they'll actually see MJ do a little sneak from the back, and like she took the direct line to that.
Exactly.
This is what matters. These cuddles, these embraces, the connection.
Yeah, she also wants her own YouTube channel. Yes.
Go away. Boundaries.
Well, a part of me is like, want to do that, and the other part of me is like, what, just enjoy the moment,
I'm so glad. I'm here to encourage you.
As long as you're quiet.
Yeah, she'll be sick of the hug in a minute. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. See?
Yeah.
But now I said see, so she came back. But I want to actually go back to the selfies thing, because I think this is so important that it doesn't matter what we're talking about. It has nothing to do, we're never ever saying that the what is the problem. Yes. I would say the why would be your problem. And this is where birthing the new world comes in, because I actually did a really great course with Vivian McMasters. She does selfies for self-love, be your own beloved and body peace and things like that. And it's wonderful because that's what she says. She says, like, let's reclaim the camera lens. Let's reclaim telling our stories. Like, it's not conceited to be on Facebook or Instagram taking selfies and putting up your best pictures or whatever like that. You can use it very much as a way of exploring and telling your story, and that's important. We shouldn't shame people for that. The problem, of course, comes when we start going, okay, I start judging my feed against your feed or your feed against my feed. It's like when we start looking at other people's stories and going, mine's not good enough, or at least better than that, and that person's too fat or not too fat. This is where the problem comes on. The judgment is the problem, not the doing. The doing is wonderful and fine, but it's when you start putting the judgment on it. This is where exactly, the lighting you up, the going down to the ground and finding your why and being like, no, I want to tell my story. I want to share this. Maybe someone's inspired to do it their own way now because they looked at me and said, wow, she's doing it, so can I. That's a wonderful thing. But it's when we start putting the judgment on against ourselves and others, both ways. Judgment's a very dangerous thing. And this is what I would love to see with the birthing of the new world, that we stop judging. We start going, okay, if it's good for you, great. It's not good for me. I don't have to look anymore. Instead of going, oh, it's not good for me. Someone's wrong on the internet. Both in our head and on the keyboard of going this, and the other thing. I've honestly believed since I was a small child that if everyone had high self-esteem and were happy with themselves, the world would be at peace.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the doing that's the problem. It's the interfering with other people and saying, you're doing it wrong.
I actually wrote a diary entry. This is one of my favorite stories to tell about who I was as a child. I wrote a diary entry when I was only probably a couple of years older than MJ. So I was about 8, and this diary entry said, I hope you still love me when you're older as much as you love me right now. Oh, so much wisdom. But what that 8-year-old saw was a lot of judgment from other adults. Now, I'm not saying they did it intentionally. It's just that that's how they were raised, to judge, to compare, to criticize. And so many adults still are. And that default, oh, yeah, but they're fatter, or they're not as rich, or but they've got messy whatevers. Like, it doesn't even matter. Again, just flippant examples where we're talking about the root of the problem here. That, when we can love for self, put peace between yourself and anyone. Don't make judgment default, but make it some genuine love. And, that default, you can spike at any time, and that default can be judgment, and it can be nasty, but, to default to nasty, is that really fair on yourself or on the other person in your life when that person's in your life likely because it was rooted from love? That connection came from some kind of mutual desire, enjoyment, passion. Isn't it really weird what humans can do? And this is why this new age, Sherrie, we need to lead the way in the new age. And there's beautiful leaders already doing it. Rise, sister, rise. More love, more rising, more support. Turning to the light, but honoring the dark. And this is where grounding our energy will help with that.
Exactly. And it's not that you'll never not judge. And the turtle is back. Look, MJ, turtle. Right there. See? He's like, yes, I'm here, I'm back. Don't judge, don't judge.
He's like,
But
good
you know,
work, girl.
you will. Exactly. He's totally like, okay, I'm definitely snorkeling after this. But I think the important thing is that, you know, that we will judge, and we have to also not judge ourselves for the judgment. You know what I mean? Instead, we should sit with it and be like, that's why shadow work is so important, because you need to be like, okay, this is part of me, and this is hidden rabbits time. You know, like we all have these hidden rabbits from like childhood when you need to color them in before you find them. You don't even realize you have these biases or judgments in you, and then all of a sudden you feel like, ooh, where did that come from? You need to look a little bit deeper and find the hidden pictures and color them in, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I see that now, and the next time it comes up you can catch it faster. But the important thing is to actually be like, okay, everyone's going to judge. I am a human freaking being. There's no way I'm perfect. It's just not ever going to happen. I'm going to judge myself, I'm going to judge others, but again, it's like you said, it's that coming from that place of love, like, ooh, wait a minute, I'm definitely judging again. Love myself for it, be like, okay, I'm human, but okay, what's really bothering me here? And chances are there's actually something in my own life that needs changing, that's making me react to the other person. And that's one thing that I always have to try to remember, that if someone is really triggering me and constantly triggering me, then I need to go deeper and be like, okay, what's the mirror here? What's the true trigger? Why do I really get really riled up? Because they're telling me something about myself, not the other way around.
And we really can birth this new age and heal the world when we choose love, self-love, less judgment, more care, and honoring, not even honoring another person's story or where they're at, just honoring your story and where you're at, and not making someone else's drama. Really. Truth Bombs and Clunks episode.
Yes.
Back again.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, like, why are you
exactly
that drama onto someone else? Like, this is not serving anyone.
Yeah. But it's tempting, you know, because again, this is where you need to birth a new world, because sometimes you think you're crazy because you're going, you know what, everyone else is getting upset about it.
Only
I'm the only one who's
Sherrie?
not, so I must be the crazy person.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
That was on me. I'm like, only
because it's very, very easy, even in cases of, well, you know, even in cases of like betrayal or something like this, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's very easy to feel, okay, very black and white. You betrayed, therefore everyone's on the other person's side. And it's never that black and white. You know what I mean? The other person is always in the place that made them do this, and why did they do it? And yes, I think it's also but she was like, you know, like, how many times do I have to forgive and forget? And I'm like, oh, you don't need to forget. You know, I'm not saying forgive the person, let them back into your life, let them hurt you again, forgive them, let them back into your life, forgive them, let them back into your life. You can decide to be like, you know what, this hurts too bad, I can't look at you anymore, but you can still forgive them, you know, and be like, I can't trust you. I don't want to be your friend or your business partner anymore. I think I'm not stupid, but neither am I going to keep hating you and carrying that negative energy around with me. I might as well just be like, okay, I forgive you, but obviously maybe you'll never get back into my life. Maybe it takes 10 years, and if you do it again, you're out forever. But I think this is also something that people confuse. We seem to think that forgiveness means everything's okay with the person again, and we're best friends again, waiting for the doors open to hurt you again. And that's not true. That's where boundaries come in. That's where, you know, but there's a very different thing between having healthy boundaries and being like, you hurt me, you're now on this side of the door, but I'm forgetting about you on that side of the door. You're not taking up space in my head. I'm not hating you. I'm not devoting negative energy to you. You're just someone I cannot associate with. Because in the end, I do believe that we're all from the same source. We all are just parts of ourselves that re-experiencing and doing things and hurting each other and not hurting each other, you know, but we hurt ourselves, you know, and sometimes that's what makes us so mad, is that someone else could actually make it worse, you know, and like, that's why it's okay to be like, okay, you know what? I've also done horrible things to people that I'm not proud of. And I forgive myself for that. I forgive them for that. But that's very different from saying, okay, now we're still besties, and for the rest of our lives, I don't think we're there yet. Maybe in the new world, we'll eventually get to the point we can get there. But at this point, I think it's important to have healthy boundaries where you say, I forgive you, but you're on that side of the door. You know? Or the gate, or you're on the other city, you know.
Imagine in the new world if they're like, and I mean, vibe attracts your tribe, right? Like, I'm very, very, one of my friends always jokes about hashtag blessed, but I am so hashtag blessed. And if you're listening, you know who you are, beautiful friend. But hashtag blessed. I'm very blessed that my default is love and peace. So if someone's like, oh my God, blah, 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 it's like, oh, well, you know, you're going to have to send that love, you know, like, oh, well, forgive them. That really sucks. But you can be mad at them. You don't have to be besties with them, but time to disconnect. Like, maybe it's really just taking the drama out of the stories, isn't it? Part one is just.
But stop inviting them over for supper.
Yes. Stop the people pleasing. Stop the obligations. Stop the shoulds.
Yes. I mean, I have family members who every single time we hang out, within 2 months we're fighting.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Stay on that side of the street. You know, like yes, we're family and I'll love you, but I don't have to like you, and that's okay. I'm just not gonna drive myself crazy with your life. When I was younger, I would. When I was younger, we'd get into each other's lives all the time, you know, and be angry with each other and fighting with each other all the time. And you were wrong, you know, you were wrong. And it was a dark source of energy that fed us. And now it's like, yeah, she has her life, I have my life. I couldn't even tell you what she's doing. I wish her the best, but I don't want to know because I know where that path goes. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You know, it's perfectly okay. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I really honestly hope she has the best life in the world. Just don't share it with me because we can't handle each other. We are just not that person in this lifetime, you know?
You know what's really interesting with that though as well? Because when we come in and ground and root, there's a set of beliefs, there's a belief system in there somewhere that is just having you two not align, and that's okay. That's okay, because you two people can't both be expected to be working on the exact same removing, cutting through the dross belief systems at exactly the same time for you to be able to move through and, you know, be BFFs forever. Like that's, but maybe in the new world, maybe that will, but maybe that.
Exactly. And of course it's upset me because I really love this person.
Yeah.
But it was like, no. Put the turtles back again. He's like, these, you're dropping truth bombs, guys.
The turtle's like, you got it. Keep going.
Yeah, I see him. You got it, exactly. But I was going to say too, with cutting away the truth systems too, I also had to cut away a certain amount of beliefs about family as well, that you had to forgive them no matter what. And Christmas time was a time to have people at your table whether you liked them or not.
Yes.
And I eventually came to the conclusion that no, and people would tell me I'm wrong. There are people in my family who think I'm wrong, that they think that we should be friends no matter what, and just forgive each other over and over. And that was something I had to fight against. I had to go to ground, I had to go deep, I had to go into my own soil and be like, no, actually, this isn't healthy for me, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. But it's not easy to do that sometimes. Sometimes it's quite difficult. You know, sometimes you're like, well, everyone else is telling me I'm wrong, but deep down I know I'm right. So what's going on here? And in the end, you can just stick to what's right.
And
for in the end, you live your life, not other people.
You can ground your energy and wholeheartedly do for you. And build your tribe, grow your family, do your project in a way that serves you, separate from the drama, the negativity, the stories that don't serve you, that don't light you up, that don't set your soul on fire.
Exactly. And it's difficult. It's really easy to reach out and be like, I've got public opinion behind me. And that doesn't always mean it's right, you know?
Definitely.
I had to read that in university. It was a great book, Mass Man, Revolt of the Masses by Jose Ortega. And that's basically what he argued. He was like, you know what?
Note, Sherrie,
there's like,
and this you said knowledge she is. Like, I just love how you can quote.
This is a great book.
And resources. I'm just like, I just sit here and go,
Revolt of the Masses was a great book.
I believe you. I had to interrupt because it just always astonishes me. I'm like, that's a different person. Like, I sort of have my same people, like my same reoccurring quotes. I get snippets of information and I go with it, but
this was too much time at university.
Seriously. Honor Sherrie and the wealth of knowledge and wisdom she is. I love it. Yeah. Now you've lost your train of thought. Sorry. Not sorry.
Most of the slugs from books, much wiser people. But this is what he argues. Yeah, it's okay. It was this book really shaped my life though. Revolt of the Masses by Jose Ortega. And basically what he argues is that most people are mass men and they get basically momentum because there's so many people and they drag the whole society along with them because everyone's like, well, there's a lot of people and we all believe the same thing. And it's very difficult to break that. And it's actually the very few people who are able to break that can create a new world. That you need to be able to get a select group of people who can break the power of the masses. But in the end, it's not easy because we're human. We want that human connection. We want to be part of a clan. We want to be safe. And as soon as you step outside, as soon as you start saying, no, I don't agree with those rules, you face judgment and you face being pushed outside. And we're still living with a brain, like we said before, from caveman days that says, oh, if I'm alone, I will die. When really you can never leave your apartment and be fine. Amazon delivers. But we haven't caught up to that yet. And that's the problem. Until we catch up there, it's very difficult to usher in the new world. But when we can do that, it's possible. We just need to be able to say, you know what? I trust my heart more than I trust society.
Yes.
I will. Yes. Remind me. I might have to be reminded because that's the other thing. I'm a flake.
Yeah.
I'll probably forget it. I'll be like, what book was that again?
No.
But yeah, it's a great book that I highly recommend.
That's amazing. And I think that brings us to a really interesting thing, and we've talked about it so much, but taking time to invest in you, read the books, find the things that light you up and really honor that. And I know a lot of our listeners are very busy working mums, or just working people. There's no just that, by the way. But wherever you're at, there's always space, and make space, not the time, because the time's the same every single day, every single evening. Make space for a chapter of a book, or and you don't need to go buy the book. I bet there's a book that you probably haven't read in your book in your home, but that your soul, there's a message in it for your soul. You've brought it, you've attached to it. Go and make the time to nourish it.
Overdrive now. Overdrive for your local library.
Yes, of course. And just to connect for self, and this is part of birthing in New Age too, is giving individuals the chance to seek what sets their soul on fire, and then having the confidence to activate that throat chakra and share what you believe in, share in your passion, share in how you want to do things your way. And this is really, really, really incredible. And this is really, really, really incredible. Full stop. Love it. That's all I think that I had to say.
Incredible, scary, wonderful stuff.
Super scary. Super scary. If in fact you get to the end of this without knowing it, they have totally, they've lost they're off the rocker. They're crazy. Let us know. Reach out to Kate and Sherrie and tell us that you made it to the end of this podcast. Because then, beautiful souls, I feel like we've crossed over to the new age, because we're embracing, we're loving, we're accepting without drama, without the negative voice chatter, without the soul sabotage. We're just going, cool, yeah, I want to know more of that, or I am going to honor my soul. I am going to come into self, ground my energy, root to rise. And it's going to be amazing, because I'm amazing and I'm allowed to say I'm amazing. Our children are allowed to say we're amazing.
Yes.
We're allowed to say other women are amazing. We're allowed to support other women without it being to the detriment of absolutely anybody else. And that's, again, full stop.
And I'm going to pull up my Alanis Morissette and be like, I can't help it. Every single time, I always think what the Alanis Morissette quote. You just said she's amazing. She can't be amazing and me be amazing too. Because that's what belief is, truly we can't both be amazing, but yes, both can truly be amazing.
Yeah.
We're both amazing.
Hence birthing a new age. You really,
exactly,
really can. And, and if you feel like you can't, get that shovel out, dig deep, go and ground your energy, go and root, dig deep, turn some soil. Oh, look at that, self-worth. Oh, look at that, someone's story telling me that I'm wrong, telling me that they're right, and I'm little, I'm insignificant. No, you are very, very significant, and you are grand, and we need you to know that, so that you can step over into this new world of pure love. And I don't want to say pure light, because there will always be dark. I can't be without the light. but making that choice to turn to the light, no matter how horrendous the circumstance, the situation, it means that you're acknowledging lessons and you're digging deep and being here now. And that's all we can ask of anyone, really, is their presence.
Magic, Kate, magic.
I don't even know what I said. I love that. Ah!
I actually think that's a perfect way to end. So,
yeah.
Yes.
Down with the expectations, up with the, all we can ask of anyone is that they're present in the moment for them.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it. It came back. Yep, perfect way to end.
Exactly. Yes.
Always.
That's how you birth a new world.
We're birthing the new world. We're here. We're in it. And I truly do believe that in a gentle way we can all heal the world. And all young Pablo said, it starts with healing yourself. And I totally agree that when we all take the time to turn that soil, we are in fact birthing a new age, because the more we do that, the more we can support, love, honor, cherish one another as well as ourselves. Stardust. Go and snorkel for turtles, Sherrie. It's always amazing having you.
I'm off.
Being here with you and having time with you is what I meant to say. You're off snorkeling. Listeners,
he hasn't come up as much as here today.
I love that. Listeners, we love you always. We love that you're here showing up for you every week. Let us know if you've come over to the New Age with us, or if you just go, the New Age was like so 1990s in all the hippie stores. Let us know what you think and where you're at. We will send you love in return and a whole heap of yay, happy kisses. And until next week, keep rooting to rise, beautiful souls. We love you all. Bye, Sherrie. Pleasure as always.
Bye-bye.